December 8th, 2022 meeting of the Social Circle Board of Education is called to order. First item on our agenda is prayer, followed by the pledge of allegiance. I'd like to ask all who would like to please stand with us. We pray the Lord's Prayer together. Remain standing for the pledge. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thank you. Remain standing for the pledge of allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next, we have approval of our agenda. Are there any changes to approval?
Yes, sir.
Now, motion to accept the agenda as presented. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. The agenda is approved. Next, we have the minutes from our November meeting. See them before you. I have a motion to approve these minutes.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. The November minutes are approved unanimously. Moving right along, we have board comments. And you may have noticed that our sound system went down minutes before the meeting started tonight. So I'm not used to this, that's why I had to wait for water before we started the meeting. But I appreciate you coming. It's been the Lord's blessings. It was a beautiful day, and you picked a great night to be here. We really appreciate your support. And please bear with us as we get through this without amplification. The next item is sad news. I would like to ask, unfortunately, Dr. Brewer to share with us.
We were very sad this week to learn about a loss of one of our recent graduates. Connor Phelps passed away, and it was a tragic loss, and we have worked really hard as a district to make sure that we provided additional mental health supports, not only for our staff, but also for our students here at school, to help them with learning about how to healthily process grief. So we appreciate your patience with us as we work together and support our students and our staff members. Connor was a great young man and graduated last year, and it's a definite loss for our community.
Thank you, Dr. Brewer. I would like to ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence in memory of the life of Connor Phelps. Thank you. Next item on our agenda is continuing the board comments. We, myself and some other board members, last week went to a statewide board conference. It was held in Atlanta, and got a few notes from it. To those, you'll notice there are two trophies, or what you want to call awards, up here, and your school board was honored at the school board conference. I'm proud to announce. I'd like to tell you about these awards. The first one is Distinguished Board. It's the rectangular shaped one. And I'll just read what it's about. This recognition program is designed to showcase the best practices in school governance and leadership. And your Social Circle City School Board met or exceeded the criteria set forth by the Georgia School Boards Association to earn this honor of a 2022 Distinguished Board. So we're very proud of that, and we couldn't do it without your support. But congratulations to my fellow board members. Great job. The next one is the star-shaped one. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this may be the 30th one. It's called the Leading Edge Award. Several school systems throughout the state are awarded Leading Edge Awards. And we were awarded this one for this reason. Mrs. Lisa Waller, Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and Ms. Julie Sermons, Assistant Principal Social Circle Primary School, and the entire instructional team were recognized for their notable contributions to this year's remarkable summer learning program. Through their continued efforts, the primary school staff provided a 4-week intensive summer tutoring designed to meet the unique needs of students in both reading and math. This year's comprehensive summer literacy program in the category of teaching and learning is another example of the district's commitment to utilizing innovative strategies to provide our students with an excellent and equitable educational experience. As a result, the Georgia School Boards Association presented us with this 2022 Leading Edge Award. So join me as we congratulate our school board and our staff for these two awards. Thank you. And the other piece there is that the school board, the attendees do go through some training there, and we have sessions, and even Governor Kemp spoke at this conference. And what I'd like to do is our Vice Chair, Sabrina, and another school board member, Mr. Steve Trantham, attended the school board conference with myself and Dr. Brewer. I'd like to turn it over to Sabrina and Steve to tell us about their experiences at our school board conference.
My voice is kind of soft, so if y'all can't hear me, let me know. I truly enjoyed the winter conference. This year's theme was building blocks of leadership, engagement, compassion, and accountability. The conference consisted of one day of workshop/training and 2 days of speakers, awards, luncheons, and more. This year we received 2 awards, which John just talked about. My first day consisted of a workshop dealing with communication. In this workshop, we discussed board norms, board and superintendent communication, and procedures for operating and working together. We also talked about developing a communication plan. Finally, we heard best practices from 2 different school districts. The highlight for me is always the student involvement. We had students perform musical selections, speeches, and provide a video contest. I am still waiting for the amazing students from Social Circle City Schools to be included in this part. The GSBA Youth Advisory Council did a question and answer session. As a board member, I always like to hear from the students. They should always be our focus. Finally, I must mention our presentation. For the last 5 years, twice a year, Social Circle City Schools attend the conference. But this year, we presented. We talked about how our system focused on breaking barriers to success through improving Tier 1 instructions, equity, and social emotional learning in order to meet the needs of every student. By using the previous book study, we was able to acknowledge who we are, where we are, and what we need to do to get to where we want to be. Our presentation was very engaging. Many stayed afterward and asked questions, and they even asked for our contact information. I know SCCS is doing amazing work, and now the rest of the world is too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vice Chair. I was proud to represent Social Circle Schools at the Georgia School Board Association Winter Conference with these other fine folks. These semi-annual conferences allow board members like myself, relatively new, this is my second year, to network with experts and districts around the state to incorporate innovations in administering education across our state. As an educator, I learned early to start to share the best ideas freely and use them shamelessly. I have to go back in my Navy days, we said you steal shamelessly. Use the best ideas. These conferences make this possible. Although I attended several sessions, my primary focus was on finance. I was particularly pleased to learn from seemingly everyone in Georgia education how Social Circle is so widely recognized. It seems our growth in academics, athletics, and our administration has opened the eyes of folks who have asked, where's the circle in years past? That day has passed. Go Redskins. Our district, under the financial guidance of Ms. Nicole Cross, is very highly regarded at the GSBA. We all know what a fantastic job she's doing in regard to managing and reporting our monthly budget and helping us increase reserves. The workshop opened my eyes to our excellence in managing federal and state funding programs, as Social Circle City Schools met every state guideline addressed in the finance workshop. I don't believe that was a very common recognition. It was especially encouraging to hear how well we are doing in the areas of ESSR fund management, QBE fund management, and FTE program administration, according to Georgia financial review experts. We're also doing well in positioning the district in the area of fund equalization based on state and local predictions for our growth, while preparing for our new facility construction project. Discussions about inflation, the impact of possible recession, and budgets also were addressed. I was heartened to learn about a new state grant program to help fund school counseling and a proposed grant to assess and training parapros to become certified classroom teachers and earn certified teacher salaries while working as parapros in our schools. Talk to your friends. We'd like you to come back and teach here. I would be remiss, and I have to go back last week, if I didn't mention the breakout session presentation by our superintendent, Dr. Brewer, and our vice chair, Sabrina Sanford Flynn, on Shattering Inequities, the book study that was done. And that had a packed house audience that inspired the debate well after the session ended. I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Steve. Last board comment is I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware we really enjoy a really great relationship with our city. Being a city school system, it's imperative that we do so. And every year, we try to get together with the city in a retreat, that we share a meal together, share some training together. And that's coming up at the end of January this year. But the purpose of mentioning this is just to let our citizens know, and our community know, that we really appreciate our city government, and appreciate the school governance team, and we get along very well and work for the betterment of our community at all times. So that's the end of the board comments. So we'll move to the superintendent's report. Dr. Brewer.
Thank you, Chairman. The first thing that I wanted to update everyone on was our total enrollment. At this point, we have 1,936 students. Since last month, the total enrollment in our district actually decreased by 4 students. 3 of those were face-to-face students, and one of those students was a member of the SCALE program. The primary school enrollment decreased by 4 students. The elementary school enrollment decreased by 1 student. The middle school enrollment decreased by 3 students. And the high school enrollment increased by 4 students.
Thank you. Now, program updates.
So I would like to introduce Mr. Olin Altman, who is our director of our band program in our high school. And we are so pleased that this is Mr. Altman's first year here with the Social Circle High School, and he is also supporting our middle school music program, along with Mr. Sneed, who we look forward to having present to you at another meeting. We had an awesome Fine Arts Night on Tuesday of this week, and we are so proud of the growth in our fine arts programs. It really grown to the point where we are not going to be able to fit in this facility for our Fine Arts Night any longer. We had a completely packed house upstairs and downstairs, and we think that that's a really awesome problem to have. So, Mr. Altman, would you give us some updates about your work with our band program?
Yes, and good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, and Superintendent Dr. Gordon. My name is Mr. Olin Altman. I've had the pleasure of serving this year as our Director of Bands at Social Circle High School. I've absolutely enjoyed my time here, getting to work with some fantastic colleagues, my leadership team who I sit under, and my students. It's been so rewarding. so far this year. Mr. Steve, who can't be with us tonight, it's kind of fitting the reason he can't be here. He's at Midfest, which is a middle school honor band at UGA. Thousands of applicants applied to be accepted into the middle school honor band, and we had a handful of our students who applied that were accepted, and it's a great honor for our middle school musicians. First off, before I talk about some of our accolades very briefly that our students have been able to achieve this year, I do have to just thank the board for a moment about, for the first time I think in social circle history, we have had a middle school director and a high school director. Now this, obviously, two brains are better than one, and this is especially true in our world, having someone to take over the logistics and teaching of middle school and high school is so helpful for us, and it breeds success at all levels of our program, which we'll hear about in just a second. This fall, we had our marching band like always, and they did a fantastic job for us. One of our competitions down in Locust Grove at the Strong Rock Classic, we achieved an overall superior rating for the first time in over 3 years, superior being the best overall rating that you can achieve. Doing this while we marched a majority of 7th and 8th graders. We marched 7th through 12th graders in our marching band program. We earned a score higher than that of several schools that are larger than us, from places like Forsyth County, where fine arts are very important. And we outscored some schools that march exclusively high schools, which to me is absolutely outstanding and just shows the amount of hard work and dedication our students, especially our middle schoolers, go out there every day on the field and do for us. So just wanted to give them a shout out because they're absolutely fantastic. This past weekend, we had several of our middle schoolers audition for District Honor Band. Had several of them earn first chair, meaning they received the highest score on their respective instruments in our entire district, which is a huge accomplishment, and had several move on to the next round. Looking forward, part of my job, Mr. C's job, is always to be looking forward to recruitment and membership going on. And I'm proud to announce that we have been very committed to getting down into our elementary and primary schools, taking several trips down there with both our marching band and our concert band programs to play for the students, show them our instruments, and we have even more trips planned for them to come up and see us as well. This year, we have just over 50 performers in our marching band. Next year, based on our projected growth, we're looking to have 70. In about 2 years, we will have over 75 to 80 children in our high school band. Currently, we have approximately 25, which is about 5% of our high school population. And in about 2 years, we'll have about 15 to 20%, which is absolutely outstanding. Based on our projections of our recruitment and plans we have in place, we look to have almost 200 students between our middle and high school program by the years 2025 and 2026 school year. So I'm absolutely excited to be under the leadership of our amazing high school administrative team. Mr. C is excited about being under our middle school team. And of course, being under Dr. Brewer and our amazing board is so rewarding. I'm so looking forward to running our program with you guys. And again, just want to thank you guys for your continued support and resources to us. We see you guys all the time out at the games, watching us perform, out at concerts, watching us perform, and that doesn't go unnoticed. We thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Thank you.
It's very important for us to take a moment to also thank the board for having the wisdom to allow us to be able to increase the participation and the staff members that we had in the area of fine arts. We know how important those programs are for our students to grow in their leadership opportunities and in their creativity and to be innovative. And this board was willing to put additional funds into that program, which based on the size of our school, usually aren't available. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that support. We appreciate it, and it's a wonderful opportunity. Our students are enjoying participation, and I sincerely appreciate appreciate the dedication Mr. Alden and Mr. Sneed have to our students. They're doing a great job of making sure that they really are recruiting lots of our students, making sure that they're excited and interested and that the activities are very engaging for them. And we are looking forward to the day when we will have more students involved in our band program than on our football team. And I'm sure that we will soon have football players that during halftime are going to come out with an instrument and participate with the band because of the dedication of these gentlemen. So thank you so much, Mr. Altman. We're going to look forward to hearing from Mr. Steen, and thank you, board members, for your leadership in this. It's really making a difference in the lives of our children. So next, we also wanted to update you about our REACH program, and we are so glad that so many of you are here to help to celebrate our students who are going to be recipients of REACH scholarships. And so Dr. Watkins, our Director of Student Support Services, is here, and she's going to share some information with you about this awesome program.
Good evening. Good evening. We are so proud and excited to announce that this is our third year participating in the Realizing Educational Achievement Impact, better known as our REACH Georgia Scholarship Program. REACH Georgia is a need-based mentorship and scholarship program that pairs students with mentors, academic coaches, and additional resources to prepare them for college and career. REACH scholars who complete the program and graduate from high school and meet all the requirements to enroll in a Georgia Hope-eligible private or public college or university earn a $10,000 scholarship. The program rewards these students for self-accountability, it promotes parent-parental involvement, and provides motivation and support, which we all know are very critical to the success of our students. Today, REACH is in all 180 schools systems in the state of Georgia, and they serve more than 3,600 students. We currently have 11 REACH scholars in our district, 3 of which will meet this evening for a total of $110,000 in scholarship funds. We would also like to invite you, if you would like to participate or support these students, to join us. You can serve as mentors for the program, or you can dig deep in your pockets and provide financial resources toward the scholarships. The district is required for each scholar to have a proportionate share that we have to raise to contribute toward those scholarships. If you are interested in that, please feel free to reach directly out to me, or you can visit our district website, and there's additional information on the district website about how you can either become a mentor and or support these students financially. At this time, I would like to recognize, because I do see that we do have one of our business partners in the audience, so business partners or mentors, if you could please stand at this time. We would like to recognize you, because without you, this would not be possible. So if you have anyone, if you would please stand so that you can be recognized. Our entire community and our REACH scholars, we thank you and the other business partners, mentors, and academic coaches who support our students. At this time, Ms. Lumpkin, who is the middle school counselor, she has the honor and privilege to introduce to you the REACH Georgia class of 2027.
Good evening. Y'all hear me okay? Okay. When I call your name, please come up and remain standing. Our first REACH scholar is Jamiria Coffey. Jamiria is a student of the Community Contemporary. because she can accomplish any goals through hard work and perseverance. She is liked by her peers and respected by her teachers. We are so proud of her for being recognized as a rich scholar. Our next scholar is Caleb Peters. With so much potential, he is respectful to those around him and is a friend to all. Caleb always has a smile on his face and a winning attitude. He is also a captain on the social circle of the school basketball team. Caleb is going to do great things in life. We are so proud of Caleb for being recognized as a leader. And our final scholar is the Gun Will. He is a successful student who works incredibly hard to maintain his grade. He is always on task and working in his class. He is friendly to his peers and he is respectful to his teachers. D is a part of the JROTC program. He is also very compassionate to those around him. We are so proud of D for being recognized as a leadership scholar. And please join your scholars, Dr. Moore, to give us the pledge. I'm sorry.
Reach scholars and parents, I'd like to walk you through your obligations and responsibilities. You'll need to keep an overall 2.5 or a pseudo grade point average, which we know is going to be a challenge because you guys are going to take really hard classes so you're prepared to be very successful in college. You're going to have good attendance, great behavior, and remain drug and crime free. You'll be meeting with your assigned mentor at least twice a month. You'll attend your assigned academic coach and meet with them at least once each month. You'll attend REACH events, meetings, and programs that you'll find more information about. We promise to make sure that you're aware of those ahead of time. You will engage in activities that are going to help you to prepare to be successful in college. You make sure that you graduate from high school on time. And then afterwards, you're going to enroll in and graduate from a Georgia home-eligible post-secondary institution. So for REACH scholars, please signify I will as I administer the following charges. Scholars, will you commit to keeping good grades, attendance, and behavior, meeting with your mentor and academic coach, and graduating from high school and college? If so, please say I will. REACH parents, please signify I will as I administer the following charges. Parents and guardians, will you commit to supporting your students as they progress through the program? Will you commit to attending REACH events, meetings, programs, and contacting your students' academic coach or counselor if there are any issues that you believe should be addressed? Please say I will. I will. Excellent. Community members, it's incumbent on us, individually and as a community, to affirm our willingness to support these REACH scholars in their journey to adulthood. We must all commit to supporting these REACH scholars with our time, talent, and treasure as they progress through the REACH program and into college and careers. Congratulations, REACH scholars, parents, and guardians. We appreciate you. We hope that you'll stay there so that the board members can have an believe should take you with you. We are so proud. We look forward to posting this up on our social media. So while we're in that direction, participants, would you mind allowing this team to make a great work to get the things in their life?
And at this time, one of our business partners from each state federal credit union, they also would like to present our rich scholars with I don't want to say a token of appreciation, but they would like to recognize them and present a gift to them.
There's the camera.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, smile. You're a winner.
The scholars, you can just wait 1 second, we have one other gift.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate your help, your support, and your patience with us with our banking issues this evening. I also wanted to take an opportunity to share some information about our varsity football program. Under the leadership of head coach Rob Patton, our varsity football team this year finished the season 8-4. And that resulted in us finishing second in D1 Region 5. The team had their first home playoff game win since 2005 over Whitfield Academy. Our first back-to-back winning season since 2005 and 2006. This team was named the Georgia High School Football Daily's Team of the Week for the entire state for their win over Lamar County. And this was the first win in football over a top 10 ranked opponent in school history. They were ranked briefly in the top 10 in the Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports and AJC state rankings. We had several young men who were recognized by our region and named to the first and second all-region teams. Additionally, the region recognized Philip, known to most of us as Petey Baines, a senior, as the Region 5 Athlete of the Year. And Coach Patton was recognized as the Coach of the Year for the region. We're very proud of these young men and the coaches and all of the amazing parental support and community support that this team received. And we are looking forward to their continued success and wanted to make sure that everyone is aware. I also wanted to share some comments with you regarding our new elementary school. As you know, we've discussed for a long time here in our community the need for a new elementary school. And this week, Nicole Cross, our Chief Financial Officer, and I had an opportunity to tour several elementary schools in other school districts so that we could start to consider architectural firms for our process. So we are committed to continue to give you updates as we have them. We are working hard on this process. It's a long process with lots of steps, but we are very excited about the opportunity to give our community a new school building in the very near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Brewer. Next on our agenda is public participation, and there's nobody from the public signed up to speak tonight, so we'll move right along. Turn it back over to Dr. Brewer for special recognition.
Thank you, Chairman Callahan. Next, this is one of our favorite parts of every board meeting, and it's another opportunity for us to acknowledge and celebrate the great students that we have here in the Social Circle City Schools. So first, I would like to call up Darlene Favors, who's the principal at our primary school, so that she can give us an update and some details on an awesome primary school student, Miss Avery Favors.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to recognize our star student from the primary school. And as Dr. Brewer stated, her name is Avery Aka. And Avery has been with our school family ever since pre-K. And so she is currently in second grade. And Avery and family and everyone else, I would like to share with you some of the comments that Avery's former and current teacher has to say about her. Avery had Mrs. Harris in pre-K, and also she had Miss Harris in kindergarten. She moved up with Miss Harris. And this is what Ms. Harris had to say about Avery because she was chosen as MVP, Most Valuable Player, for her class. Avery is truly a pleasure to teach. She has such a sunny and kind personality. She is such a good friend to all. She is so eager to learn and absolutely loves hands-on activities. She takes pride in being a star and learning new things. We couldn't ask for a more amazing young lady to be our MVP. She is truly a shining star. Avery's first grade teacher was Miss Strickland. And this is what Miss Strickland had to say about Avery. She is a star in so many ways. Avery is a leader when it comes to self-control. She uses her appropriate voice, leverage in all classroom activities. She is also mindful about moving her body in a safe way. Avery is patient, she takes turns, and shares kindness daily with our classroom family. Congratulations, Avery. We are so proud to have you in our class. And lastly, Ms. Fires is Avery's second grade teacher, and this is what she had to say about Avery. I am so excited to announce Avery Aka as the MVP for the month, for this month. Avery is an absolute master at demonstrating self-control and patience in every setting at all times. She is mindful of others around her and works very hard to respect her classmates' space and learning. Avery treats everyone with such gentle kindness and genuinely wants all of her classmates to be successful. Avery is a model student and friend. I could not be more proud to celebrate Avery this month as our MVP. So at this time, please help me congratulate Avery Aka for being our star student for Social Circle Primary School. All right, let's give her another hand.
Thank you, Ms. Favors. Next, we'll have Dr. Maria Hargrove, who's our principal at Social Circle Elementary.
stands for O, outstanding, R for ridiculously great, R for ready to learn, I for intelligent, and N for nice to others. And then I'm going to share some things from his third grade teacher, Mrs. White. Mrs. White said these comments about Orrin. Orrin is a natural-born leader. When he speaks, everyone listens. He represents compassion and honesty well. He is bold and isn't afraid to speak his mind. He enjoys encouraging and uplifting others. Orrin is dependable and accountable. He inspires his classmates to believe in themselves and will absolutely help anyone in need. Orrin is a strong young man and has an unwavering heart. I am so proud of him for being an SCES Student of the Month. I am so excited to see all the great things he will accomplish in the future. And then the STEM teacher, Ms. Rhodes, says, Orrin is the shining example of a great leader. He is always following directions. He is actively participating in completing his tasks when asked to do so. He uses kind words and is always willing to help other peers. And then this year's fourth grade teacher, Miss Wimpy, says, Orrin is an amazing student. He is a hard worker who looks for ways to improve daily. He has a great attitude and a fantastic sense of humor that he uses to help him get through any challenges that he may face. Orrin is a leader who encourages others to do their best. He seeks ways to help others, and he is always willing to assist anyone. His classmates describe him as a fantastic friend. We are blessed to have Orrin as a member of our SCES family. At this time, we all help me in congratulating Orrin Haley.
Thank you, Dr. Hargrove. Next, I am excited to hear from Ms. Tammy Lumpkin, who's our school counselor in our middle school, and she is looking forward to the opportunity to tell you all more about Ms. Mariah McGuire, who's our student of the month for the middle school. It's been my pleasure to get to know Mariah because Mariah is a student representative for our middle school, one of two, who's participating on our design team as we talk about what are the standards and competencies and skills that students need in order to be successful in the future. And this is a group that's composed of parents and our teacher and peer representatives and several community representatives and then students from the middle and the high school. And so Mariah walks into this group, and some people might be a little shy about sharing their opinions and their feedback, but not Mariah. She's giving us great information that's going to help us to be an even better school district and to do an even better job of preparing our students for an awesome future. So Ms. Lumpkin, I'm sorry that I stole some of your thunder, but I have really enjoyed getting to know you.
You did. Everything needs to be said. But I'm going to do what Dr. Clark asked.
Thank you.
So, Mariah McGuire, we have selected Mariah as the Social Circle Middle School Star Student of the Month in the areas of leadership and citizenship. It has been a joy to have Mariah in class this year. She consistently displays the elements of Social Circle Middle School's PBIS slogan, power, in her words and actions. She is an active participant in class that leads by example on how to be an outstanding student. She is always respectful to everyone around her. She actively strives to do her best every day in class, even when faced with difficult concepts, and happily assist and encourage those around her to do the same. Congratulations, Mariah. We are proud to have selected you as our star student.
to bring that to our process and helping us to get there. We really appreciate you, and we're looking forward to the amazing ways that you're going to help us change the world. Sadly, our high school representative, Deshaun Hyman, went home ill today. And so he is sad to not be here, and his mother was very disappointed too, and Mr. Armstrong, because he was excited to get to tell you all the great things about Deshaun. So we have made arrangements with his family so that he will come to the next board meeting, and we'll have 2 high school representatives to brag about, and then we'll give them an opportunity to tell us why they love being in the social circle city schools. So Mr. Armstrong, thank you for keeping us informed about that, and we do hope that he feels better soon. Thank you, Chairman Galvin.
Thank you, Dr. Brewer. Great job, students. Next, we have a break scheduled, and that's to allow those who need to depart to have the opportunity to do so. When we come back from the break, we'll have the business part of our meeting. You're welcome to stay for that, but we're not locking the door. But we'll take 2 minutes. Okay, we're back to our school board meeting. Next on our agenda is the finance section, and I'll turn this over to our CFO, Mr. Belcroft.
Good evening. Tonight presented is the October 2022 financial report with 33% of the fiscal year complete, have received 23% of budgeted revenues and 36% of budgeted expenditures. We're at 3% for local taxes. This will start coming in this month and continue through January. Currently, expenditures exceed revenue by about $2.6 million. This is expected and will even out as we receive our tax revenue in the next couple months. Encumbrances for the general fund total $157,000. Next are our special revenue funds. Total awards currently for FY23 are at $4 million. Federal awards begin October 1st, and the first drawdowns are being completed now. Just to point out a couple, all of the FY22 grants have been fully expended and closed as of September 30th, and the FY23 grants have started. CARES 1 and 2 have fully been expended as of September 30th. The third grant related to COVID is the American Rescue Plan grant. The total award for that one was a little over $1.6 million, and we've currently spent about 32% of the grant. I'm going to provide an update on those funds and the related expenditures at our January retreat. Encumbrances for the special revenue funds total $217,000. Next is our school food service fund. We're at 36% of budgeted revenues and 38% of budgeted expenditures. In October, we served 25,036 meals. Encumbrances for the school food service fund total $2,600. And lastly, we have our SPLOST fund. SPLOST collections in October was $210,746 from Walton. This is 22% increase from last year, and $2,800 for Newton County, which is a 19% increase from last year. Encumbrances for the SPLOST fund are $326,000. Are there any questions about the October financial report?
I have a comment.
Yes, sir.
In speaking with the folks at this convention, this is so wonderful. That it's this detailed and explained to the board. It's one of the items that was part of the discussion about what a board member should review on these reports. And many of the board members I spoke to at these conferences aren't used to seeing it like this. And I've mentioned that to you before.
Yes.
But, for example, I know I've spoken with you, the term encumbrance is not well understood by school board members across the state. What does that mean? And I'm very thankful that you provide us with the information. It's accurate, it's up to date, and we understand what it is. We can answer questions from folks about it. And the idea that all our CARES funds, as march through, you probably know this in talking to other finance folks, there's some school districts that are in a real bad way about the way they've managed that money, and we have not, thanks to you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the financial report for October 22 as presented by Ms. Barr?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. The October financial report is approved unanimously.
Next, we have our update on Freshway Change for Schools. So in October, collections totaled $2,350.55. This was allocated to each school for math and science. This brings the total program date collections to $129,367.
Great, thank you, Mrs. Carter. Next on our agenda, we have district reports. Tonight, we're going to have our Mrs. Deborah Didier tell us about some human resources update.
Good evening, board members, Mr. Chairman, and Superintendent Booher. Thank you for allowing me to share with you a few changes and updates in the HR department that we've done this year. First of all, I'd like for you to see our mission statement. The statement is on our HR department webpage. The statement aligns with the strategic plan and the goal areas of quality staff and professional development, as well as safety and culture of well-being. And so these are just some updates I want to share with you. Campus Benefits is replacing Georgia Breeze to provide flex benefits for all our benefit eligible staff, and that's the brochure that I gave you. We have a link on our website that everybody can access that's interested to come to a position with us, or even our staff that are not familiar or needs to know some more information can click on this link and get the information that they need. By working with Campus Benefits, we were able to provide our staff with more options of benefits to select, and the benefits that are offered now are much better than ones we had in the past. The benefits have not changed in more than 10 years. And I'll give you an example. Our life insurance that the board provides to our staff, we changed to vendors to Mutual of Omaha. That increased the life insurance amount to $12,000 from $10,000 of our old vendor, and to each employee, and that's no additional cost to us, and it's no cost to the staff whatsoever. But by changing, included in this policy, we were able to add an additional EAP to our staff. These benefits will begin January 1, 2023, and this aligns with our strategic plan in the goal area of quality staff and professional development, specifically in staff recruitment and retention. The Georgia Department of Education now provides all school districts with KeyPro, an employee assistance program. Services are available for all of our teachers and full-time employees with 29 hours a week or more. This came about from the Teacher Burnout Task Report. This report was conducted by the DOE earlier in the year, and there were 5 points to this report. But one thing that came out, teachers said that they needed most was more support for social and emotional well-being. And so now we're able to contract through the DOE for KeyPro, which we already had, and it's the same services that we already had. We didn't lose any benefits. But it's a cost saving to us of about $5,000 annually because we don't have to pay KeyPro anymore. The DOE takes care of that for us. So for our part-time staff that doesn't meet the 29-hour criteria, the EPA that I just mentioned to you from Mutual of Omaha will cover them. So they also will have an EPA going forward. This also aligns with our strategic plan in the goal area of safety and culture, specifically in the area of supporting emotional, and mental well-being of our staff. We ended our contract with ESS this year, and we are now managing our own subs. We are doing this through Time Clock Plus, which is a new leave management system we implemented at the beginning of the school year. To date, we have 45 active subs, meaning that they have passed a background check, completed the onboarding process, and have been approved by the board for employment. And we currently have 28 substitute applicants that are in some stage of completing the onboarding, the employment process. Time Clock Plus also allows our employees to submit time and request leave electronically, which is more efficient for payroll. This is another example of our mission to ensure financial stability and revenue optimization in the goal area of systems and operational effectiveness. In the goal area of professional development, we provided ethics training for our paraprofessionals. This training was developed by the Georgia Professional Standards Commission because paraprofessionals have ethics complaints filed at a rate of 4 times more than teachers and administrators. The Professional Learning Day was on September the 6th, and we scheduled a 4-hour block of time in the morning for parents to work on this online ethics course offered through RESA at no cost to the para and no cost to the district. I would like to thank Ms. Wolver and her instructional team for providing the time and location for the parents to complete this training. This is the first time we've ever provided training for paraprofessionals. We have effective paraprofessional practices will be the second semester training for them. It's going to be on 1/2/23 when we come back and everybody else is doing professional learning. A block of time and the location has been scheduled to allow them to work on the second online course. And just a side note, when I went to a conference last month for legal issues, Phil Hartley was talking about this because it's a big issue, the ethics module especially. And he was saying that for us and other school districts that provided time for them to take these modules during professional learning, that we're doing it the right way and we're avoiding issues with additional compensation required. We had to pay them for time that they were doing it on their own outside of their work day. We updated the Human Resources page on our website. The page provides easy and clear information for anyone interested in completing an application, viewing our pay scales and benefits, or finding information about becoming a substitute teacher, a lay coach, or a volunteer. This page update was a combined endeavor with technology, Ms. Sally Robinson, finance, Mr. Cole Cross, and HR, Ms. Jamie Sutton. Lastly, and for the first time, the HR department produced a newsletter. These newsletters will be produced quarterly and will feature staff, what's new, and important reminders. The first newsletter went out in June, the second one went out in September, and our third newsletter is on the calendar and scheduled to go out Monday the 12th. And I'd like to thank Ms. Karen Willis and Ms. Jamie Sutton for helping us create these newsletters. I'd like to thank you for your time this evening and your continued support as our department continues to search for and implement new processes to improve and provide the best possible services for our staff. Do you have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. DA. We really appreciate your leadership. You are helping us through your hard work to ensure that we are recruiting and retaining really awesome employees, and that is a tremendous benefit for our students and for our community. So thank you. We appreciate your work.
Thank you. Next on our agenda, we have new business action items. And the first one is a field trip. It's just tomorrow. So field trip for the wrestling team to Cleveland, Tennessee for December 9th and 10th. I have a motion to approve this field trip as recommended by the superintendent.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. This field trip is approved unanimously. Next item on our agenda is executive session. We have a motion to exit regular session and go into executive session to discuss personnel and real estate. Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Be back in a few minutes. I have a motion to exit executive session and re-enter regular session.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. We're back in regular session. And tonight we have some personnel recommendations from our superintendent. We'll take classified on one slate, certified on one slate, substitute teachers on the third slate. We'll start with certified. We have a recommendation from our superintendent for Jennifer Chatham as assistant superintendent. Then we have a resignation from Miriam Ledford-Lyle, assistant principal. Do I have a motion to accept these two personnel recommendations from our superintendent?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. We have the following personnel classified recommendations from our superintendent. Callie Komet, special ed parapro for middle school. Dallas Dally, assistant soccer high school. Shannon Moreau, Food Service Assistant High School. Linda Rucker, Food Service Assistant High School. Tina Waters, Receptionist at our central office. I have a motion to accept these 5 personnel recommendations for classified staff from our superintendent.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. And we have 1 classified resignation. Tamara McGuinn, registrar at our middle school. Do I have a motion to accept this personnel recommendation?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. And last but not least, on our personnel recommendations, we have 3 substitute teacher recommendations from our superintendent. Shankina Gaither, Denise Adams, Valerie Arlissa Jones. Do I have a motion to accept these 3 recommendations for substitute teachers?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Substitute teachers are approved. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, please say aye. Motion carries unanimously. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.